Here. Bless you, bless me, bless them, bless they, bless them all, bless the bear. Okay. I experienced something in the last week, and it was it was like a really sad, dreadful feeling. Now, I got my medals sent to me and took them to me mum, and then when I went home, I'm lying in bed getting ready to go to sleep, and I started tear jerking up, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't know that I was hurt that deeply over Somalia. So, it was a real dark mood, man. It was like, it was a loneliness, it was oppression, it was deep embedded in my soul. So I know that's there now. So when I think I'm rosy, I go, no, you're not that rosy, Normie. Like, you do have a really deep embedded, fucked up part of your psyche that controls your emotions and your actions. So, but I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about Somalia. All right. I got to Somalia in February or January 1993, and we got to Baidoa Airfield, and we set up our tents. And, we're sitting there that night, and all we could hear in town was bang, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da, boom. I got to thinking, fuck, I'm going in there tomorrow. These cunts sound mad, So, we got a day patrol the next day, a 2-hour patrol in town, and my corporal picked me out of 9 guys in the section. He said, Normie, you're going to be forward scout. So I'm thinking, fuck, does he really hate me that much to put me up the front, or am I a good soldier? So we went on patrol, and I was up the front, and we're walking through a crowded places, and I'm looking for weapons coming out of windows, doors, from the crowd, any form of gunfire. So after an hour, my 6 senses weren't working properly. I was overwhelmed. So I pulled me corporal forward, Chappie, and said, look, Chappie, I'm fucked. I am mentally drained. I'm letting the boys down because I'm not focusing at 100%. So he said, right, I go to the back and we'll put fucking someone else up the front. So, from that first patrol into Bad Man's Land, or, into town, Baidoa itself, switched me on forever. It made me hypervigilant. Another time, this time, I have flashbacks to this time, right? And, I can't remember if I was there or if it's like I watched it like a movie, but I was sitting in a truck in the police compound with 7 Platoon, and we were ready reaction force because we had the bandit leader, the warlord, can't remember his name, Habib or fucking something like that, and we were going to execute him. So there was these 4 doors, big iron doors, and I saw him get let in to one of the iron doors with a Somali with a fucking AK or an M16. I think it was an AK. And I saw the Australian officer go in there. I saw the door close. And I heard bang, 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 bang. And then I saw the steel door open and the Australian officer run out and throw his guts up. So that's a flashy, you know. I'm like, I've asked the boys, did that happen? And they're like, yeah, Normie, you were there, man, trust us. So my mind blocks that one out a bit. Another time, I was sitting up on the roof of a house in town, in Baidoa, and I was guarding the street, and I had my weapon in my lap. I had a 44-gallon drum next to me, legs over the edge of the house, looking down at the street. And I was talking to this young bloke. And then I looked up, and across the road was a Somali with a weapon pointed straight at me, you know, and I'm like, fuck. He was about 7 metres away, and I just went, fuck, I'm dead. He's got the draw on me. So nothing happened. So instinctively, I had to go for my weapon, you know, because I'm a soldier and, like, it's my job, you know. It's like, fuck. So my hand went down real slow. Everything went into slow motion. Right, I was having 1,000 thoughts a second, you know, and it was like really slow. And my hand went down and grabbed me weapon and he still didn't shoot me, you know. And I'm like, I'm going in my mind, he might miss you, he might wound you. So I grabbed me weapon and I've brought it slow motion up to me shoulder and gone, Hoop Kaga Dig! Eminka! And he started fucking laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So that hoot dig meant put your fucking weapon down now. I should have double tapped the cunt and put dust behind him, but I didn't, you know, and the boys ran out to get the weapon off him downstairs, or where they're kicking back to get the weapon off him. And there's no ammunition in the rifle, and this guy's got a green army trench coat on in 45-degree heat and wearing an American World War II steel helmet. So he was mentally fucked up, and it took me years to work out he was trying to commit suicide, death by cop. So yeah, but he got the fucking hippie of the section, and I never fucking put dust behind him, you know, I never blew him away. And God saw that, and fucking God owes me a drink for that one, the fucking cunt. That was insane, that slow motion, it traumatised me. That's why I'm traumatised now. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gunman in Somalia. Another thing happened. We stayed the night in a non-government organisation compound in town, and we're going on a day patrol in town, so we step out of the compound, and right in front of me, this little girl who's about 3.5, 3, 4, gets hit by a water truck. And she's in a dirty white dress, and she's lying on the ground, and she's shaking, and she'd pissed and shit herself. And I panicked. I didn't know what to do, you know. The army taught me to kill bad cunts, not little girls getting run over right in front of me, you know. So Private Brown went into action. Now, I reckon Brownie deserves a fucking medal of gallantry for this, because he got to her and he assessed her. I got over there and he said, Normie, don't move her, she's got a broken neck. So fucking then we heard the howling, you know. It was her father, he was coming and he was screaming, and he grabbed her by the hand and tried to drag her off the road, you know, and we're like, no, she's got a broken neck, you can't move her. So there's 3 of us physically holding this Somali back. He can't speak English. We can't speak Somali to explain, don't move if she's got a broken neck. And it was just the worst predicament to ever be in, you know. And like to hold a man back from his daughter dead on a road, or with a broken neck, fucking nearly dead. But yeah, she died, man. She fucking died, and old Lawsy buried her with his poncho with the mother. And that fucked a lot of us boys up, that one. Like 6 out of 9 guys that got PTSD from that particular incident. And Stewie Gale, he can't even remember it. He was there. The whole section was there, and Stewie's blocked it all out of his mind. He's got PTSD as well. Another time we're at Barakabar, and it was night time, and we're out at the industrial area, and I heard a ruckus of tanks coming in. So I was feeling a bit peckish. So I grabbed a tin of cheese and headed down to these tanks, APCs, and I climbed up on top of one of them, and I was looking in through the hole. And in there were 3 Somalis who'd just got shot up, and Australian nurses working on them. One had a bullet wound go through his hip and blew his nuts off. One had a leg wound, another one straight through the side of his guts. 2 of them died. But I realised, I sat there and ate a tin of cheese watching these men in mega pain. Like they were wiggling, man. They weren't happy. And I was desensitised by sitting there eating to it, you know, like I'd been desensitised by that time. Another time, we got to Barakabar early in the morning. We'd never been there before. We were the first patrol in. And I'm walking along, and it's just on morning, you know, it's still dark. And I fucking tripped over something. And I'm lying on the ground, I'm looking back. And it's a dog's head. A dog buried in the sand with its head out. I was like, what the fuck? These Somalis are sick fucks. You know, it's like then I patrolled into the village, and one's having a crap out the back of his fucking little village hut, and I go, morning. Another time in Barakabar, I walked up the mountain, or up the mound of this dam at Barakabar, and got to the top, and there was that much, probably 3 inches of water in it. And yeah, all the black fellas were getting their water out of there, you know, and I thought, fuck, if it doesn't rain soon, they're going to be in a bit of trouble, you know, because it hadn't rained for 7 years. Plus there was a drought and a famine, you know. And so I went back there 3 weeks later, walked up that same mound at Barakabar of the dam, and it was like a Ben fucking Hur movie. There's all these Africans digging 2-metre pits into the mud of the dam to try and get the last of the water, you know. And I just thought, they're fucked. If it doesn't rain, man, they're all going to die of thirst. So I think I prayed and made it rain, because it rained after 7 years, you know, but yeah, I think Terry was the rain man. Yeah, but Somalia was a fucked up place, man. Like, it was just full of human shit. They shit everywhere. They shit in all the buildings. They shit all over the streets. You know, you were walking around in human shit. You were kneeling in it at night. You were sitting in it when you had a rest. And another thing that fucking was traumatic about the joint was because they were losing 600 people a day to starvation in Baidoa before we got there. When the Marines got there, it was that bad before NGO compounds got in there and started giving them food. So all this death was all around you, and they buried them everywhere. They didn't have a graveyard. Like, let's go bury the dead people in a graveyard like we do. Nah, they buried them in front yards, corners of the street, all these little mounds, everywhere. Dead cunts. All died from the famine. Everywhere you look's a grave. Freshly dug grave. And when it fucking rained, we were like, fuck man, those bodies are going to wash up because they're so shallowly dug because the people had no energy left to dig graves because they didn't have any food themselves. So, so it was like, it was a grave town, man, just full of human shit, grave town. One day I was on patrol and I heard this fucking woman screaming. And about 5 men dragging her down the street. I said to me, Corporal, can we stop this? And he said, nah. And then I asked what's going to happen to her. And they said, we're going to stone her to death for adultery. So, yeah, I started hating Somalis after that. You know, they're like, she probably didn't screw around on her husband, he's just blamed her for it, and they just enjoy a good stoning of a woman because they're cunts. You know, it's their power play over them, you know, like they cut girls' clitorises off when they're 13. It's a Muslim religious thing. You know, it's like taking the cylinders out of your Harley, you know. You know, happy wife, happy life. But the Somali women is so fucking suppressed that the men are miserable, you know, because the women are miserable. Especially when you got no clitoris. I mean, fuck me dead. You know, it's like cutting men's penises off and going, now I want you to be a man. I remember one night we were on patrol at night in Baidoa, and we went the back way into the laneways, and we saw a fire with our night vision goggles. So we're sneaking in there, and the fire, there was all these men standing around the fire. It was hard to look at it with night vision goggles, so we took them off, and then we could pick about 10 blokes. And AK-47s everywhere, we could see them. And they were cutting off clitorises. It was a welcome to womanhood clitoris cutting time. So we thought, no, there's only 9 of us and good lot of them, so we'll back out real slow. So we're backing out real slow, we're in the dark, we're backing out, and bang, this thing stands up right in front of me, and my rifle's gone right round to this thing standing up, and I was like, you cunt. It was a fucking donkey. Little cunt stood up. He nearly got a magazine full of fucking bullets. You know, and then one night we're doing anti-ambushing patrol, and we're patrolling up the highway, 5 guys one side, 4 on the other, and we're taking a break at this iron bridge where it crosses the creek, and the creek's a dry riverbed, and we're all sitting on one side having a rest, and I'm sitting near a log. Anyway, Corporal's looking around with night vision goggles, and he goes, get fucked, get fucked. I'm like, what? And I look up the creek, and then I can see it, this big fucking gorilla hairy thing with its head down coming up the creek. I'm like, holy fuck, what the hell is that? So I got my rifle pointed at it, and it picks me to come at. And it fucking, I just had my rifle there, I'm shaking, going, what the fuck? If that thing puts its head up and it's got big red eyes, I'm gonna blow it away. So it hit the log with its head and then paralleled up the log and fucked off. And I'm like, fucking hell, what the fuck? I wanted to fire, but I couldn't because I'd give our position away to the enemy. So trust me, that thing, I would have got the fucking world's first fucking yowie. But Somalia was, it's just, I volunteered for it, man. So, like, I volunteered for the army, so it's not like anyone beat me up and fucking made me go in the army, it's all volunteered. But fucking, yeah, you don't want to go to Somalia, mate. You just hate to do the tour, like, It was a hard tour. It was a hard tour. Right, I'll have a peace pipe with you. Since I shared some Somalia stories with you, and me mate playing the flute. How you going, Pete? Keep going, buddy, that rocks. He's an Indian mate of mine. Oh, Pete, the flute player. Engine. Yeah, but, yeah, so, let's have a peace pipe and fuck Somalia. Fuck Biden, fuck Saudi Arabia, fuck China. Fuck them all. Fuck India, fuck Pakistan, fuck North Korea, fuck South Korea, fuck Taiwan, fuck Singapore, don't fuck New Guinea, and don't fuck Australia. Sometimes people go to me, Normie, you never fucked the world fucked you. Pete, isn't he a great flute player? He sits here for hours and when I meditate he plays for me. Costs me a foilie and a six-pack every time. All right. Somalia veteran, telling you a couple of stories, because I realised the other day when I got my medals that I had a big hurt inside of me. And if you've watched this video, I don't know if you go, righto, we understand the big hurt. It's like we can dig that, where you're coming from. And I only told you a third of the good stories. There's heaps more, so, but, it's got to be said. I mean, why keep it all in me head and go, fuck, I'm so lonely on this road to spiritual rebirth and healing, from my youthful events. All right. Nod, wink, nudge. See you guys.